Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the week of, or no, this is for mid-January 2023. Just kidding. We're going to see what is coming up for you. You have this fish card that says abundance and luck, and you also have this wolf card that says cunning and stealth. The funny thing is I read this card as coming soon. So there could be abundance and luck coming in for you soon, because that's kind of like how I was reading it. And you might not feel very lucky at this time, which is interesting. You might be feeling like you're kind of left out in the cold, but, at the same time, I feel like you're getting moving. This is the After Tarot, and I actually like the Five of Pentacles in the After Tarot because this lady right here, she's like, okay, I'm in a situation that sucks, but I can't just, sit here like these other two bozos. I have to, get my ass moving, Scorpio, and I have to, make things happen. Look, we're going to pull this card as well. I don't know if you saw that, but it kind of, slid off there, so we'll take all three. But I kind of feel like this is encouraging you to, get moving here. I also, I feel like there's something that you're not seeing or something that you need to see. Look at two wolf cards. Wolf, right here. This could have to do, again, this card says beware of who you trust. And I kind of feel this could be like a past person. It doesn't even have to be love. It could be like a past boss, a past person that you worked with, whatever. I just wouldn't be out there. Really what I'm getting here intuitively is I just wouldn't be out there spreading your business, right? I would be keeping things to yourself, which I feel like I said to you in your weekly reading for the week of whatever this week is. I don't even know. Or, no, maybe it was the week of the 16th, I think. Maybe. I don't know. Whatever it was. I think I said the same thing. Is that you should be keeping things to yourself at this time. I think I was mostly talking about your ideas, though, but to me, I feel like this is about everything. So I would keep things to yourself. Literally, this card says cunning and stealth, so it's about being stealthy, about, not just, throwing everything out there, not telling everybody your business, right? But I feel there's a lot of luck and a lot of abundance. And again, I literally saw, coming soon with this card for some reason, so, take that for what it's worth. But you have the Page of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands here. It's almost like my eyes are burning, is what I feel like saying. I feel like I've been looking at something for too long. So for some of you, this could be like a past connection that you've been trying to make sense of. I feel like there is no sense. I feel like it doesn't make sense, plain and simple. And I think that's all you need to know here, Scorpio. If you're thinking about a past person, I feel like there is no way that you can make it make sense. So I feel like this is encouraging you to focus on new opportunities in your life, plain and simple. I also feel for others that it is an amazing time, clearly, for water signs to research things, whatever that means, about whatever. Every single water sign for this month, for the rest of the month, has had some card that represents research, like this Page of Swords. You also have the Ten of Pentacles, which can represent hidden or secret information. So we'll talk about that in a minute, but, I kind of feel it would be an amazing time. If you're interested in something, there's probably a lot of luck in whatever you're interested in. You have the Five of Pentacles again, which is about feeling left out in the cold. I do feel like some of you have felt like it's been harder to meet your needs. And again, we're talking about for yourself. Maybe you've been having a hard time meeting the needs of what you desire to have for yourself or whatever. I also feel some of you are looking at something that couldn't meet your needs. Could be a relationship. For some of you, it could be a business or something you've tried in the past. I feel like there's a couple things that I'm getting. Number one, if this is a business, I feel like there are kind of multiple ways that you could approach the business. It's not like you're doing, I don't really feel you're doing it over, but maybe you're kind of reinventing the business, or maybe you're rebuilding it because you're approaching the business from a new perspective. And that I think would lead to a lot of success if you're thinking about doing that. With love, again, I don't think you're going back to a past person. But what I would say is you could be opening your heart up to a new person. You have the Four of Wands. I literally just said to Cancer that we'll have to see what comes up for Scorpio, because all three water signs have had the Four of Wands. But I said to Cancer that I had a feeling that this would come up for all the water signs, the Four of Wands, and it did. It is a card of freedom. It's also a card of marriage, so some of you could be meeting a new person. I say new because you're going up this direction. Ace of Swords is, an ace. Aces kind of represent new opportunities, new people, new things. I feel like a lot of people want your attention. It's funny because on this Two of Swords, there are two guys that are fighting over this woman here. And again, it doesn't matter what gender you're attracted to, but I do feel like people could be kind of clamoring for your attention, right? With the Page of Swords, you have the Hangman. Definitely could be a Pisces. You always get Pisces all up in you, as I said last time, Scorpio. So, whatever. But the other thing I would say is, like I just said, I feel like there is a change in your perspective when it comes to business. It's like sometimes I think we like do something, like just to give you an example, I had a YouTube channel years ago before this channel, like over 10 years ago now, and that you're not going to find, so don't worry. But what I would say is I learned so much by having that channel, right? But it's not what I don't do that channel any longer, obviously. And, it's like kind of like one of those things. I started that. I quit doing it. I stopped doing it for a little while before I started this channel, over almost 10 years ago now. And what I would say is that originally, I kind of was like thinking like, do I start another one? Do I try again? And I kind of feel like you're in that position. But again, what had changed my perspective is I had done it. So I kind of have like an insider perspective. It's kind of weird. That's like the word that I'm getting here is like, there's almost like insider knowledge or an insider's perspective that you have gained through experience. Take it how it resonates, but I feel like it's going to help you out big time, especially in business. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Three of Cups, definitely celebration coming in for you. I feel like there are people who want to help you as well. Three of Cups is a card of your community. So it says like allow people in your community to help you, allow them to guide you. Teamwork makes the dream work right now. So that's pretty much all I'd be focusing on. With the Four of Wands, you have the Five of Pentacles. I feel like some of you could have like a very negative view about love for some of you, feeling like people just leave you out in the cold and all this other stuff. But for the most part, Five of Pentacles says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. Normally there's a guy who has a bell around his neck on the Five of Pentacles. And, back in the day, lepers had to wear bells around their neck so people would know when they were coming down the street. And, that's what I feel like this is talking about. Like, do not call attention. Focus on your strengths. You have this mouse spirit. It says, tend to the small things. I feel like you have been doing this. I kind of feel like you need, it's kind of like the difference. What I'm getting here is like the difference between, like your big ideas and like where you're at, right? And we see this. The world, obviously, like you're living on the world. The moon is up in the sky. The moon, to me, can be a card of having these big dreams because I always say the moon is something we have to bring down to earth. The moon has these mountains in the background, and mountains represent achievements in the tarot. But again, I kind of just feel like this row, for whatever reason, is talking about the difference between the two things, like this versus that. That's like what's popping into my head. The real world versus what Scorpio sees their future life looking like. There's a big difference there, right? And that's pretty, quite simply, that's what I'm getting here. But you have the world, and then, boom, mountains. On the Ace of Swords, on a traditional Ace of Swords, the sword is always above the mountains. So it kind of suggests that you will always be able to overcome any obstacles or challenges that come your way. So I feel like you'll easily be able to overcome things. I also feel like you're like entering, as cliche as this is going to sound, I feel like you're entering into a new cycle in life, which is allowing you to maybe move in new directions or is allowing you to kind of like try to do new things with this world card, because the world can represent completion. It's like you're wrapping things up so you can start new stuff. You have the Two of Swords here. It's like there's some sort of decision to be made here with the Two of Swords. I would pick the new path. I always say that she has this new island behind her, and maybe no choice is the best choice. Like if you're trying to pick between two people, like I said at the beginning of the reading, I get this sense of, excuse me, I get this sense of kind of looking at two situations. Like there's something you're not seeing. It's like maybe you're thinking, oh, in my love life, I can choose between this or that, but maybe there's like something up here. I always talk about how I believe that over the next 20 years with Pluto and Aquarius, a lot of us will be learning about third place solutions. When you look at all the problems of the world, they're all like this side, that side, right? But what if there's like something up here that no one is thinking about that's like a third place solution that's much, much better, right? It's like, I always think of like electric cars, it's like everybody's like, oh, we have to get off gas, but then we have these electric cars, but there's a lot of problems with the electric cars. And it's like, and again, I'm not making a statement here. Someone always comes at me and says, how dare you buy gasoline, right? Every time someone leaves one of those comments, I go buy 10 more gallons because, I have to. But what I would say is maybe there's a better solution. Maybe we could be running our cars off our like brain waves or something like that, but nobody's thought of it yet because everybody's so stuck thinking like this side, that side, right? So we need more people to think of third place solutions. Again, as I've been saying, all our solutions during Pluto and Aquarius are going to come from the individual. They're not going to come from the government. They're not going to come from Mark Zuckerberg, definitely not, right? My arch nemesis. They're not going to come from Bill Gates or anyone like that. And again, so I'm not saying they're evil or whatever you believe, I don't care. But what I am saying is that these solutions are going to come from the individual. So, put your crazy ideas out there. I'm telling you right now, I've been saying it for years. If there was ever a time where your crazy little idea could become a crazy big idea that turns you into an eccentric billionaire that bathes in Perrier every single day, it would be right now. So that's what I'd be focusing on, plain and simple. You have the moon, again, crazy idea, literally. I feel like it needs to come down to earth, whatever your idea is. Could be anything, right? Let's see. It doesn't matter how big or small it is either. With the world, you have the Queen of Cups. I kind of feel like this is just your energy. I feel like you're showing, and again, it doesn't matter what gender you are. I feel like you're just in this position of nurturing yourself at this time, which again, I think would be a good idea. With the Two of Swords, you have the Seven of Cups. A lot of ideas. Seven of Cups exists in the sky, right? Normally, it's a guy looking up at the Seven Cups, and he just has to pick one cup and make it happen, right? The other thing is, I wouldn't overcomplicate things. With the Seven of Cups, it's like there's good things and bad things in those cups, and you might be saying to yourself, I want to move, I want to start a relationship or start a business, and there could be like all these like extra details that you're adding. I always say with the Seven of Cups, it's better to just like start working towards exactly what you want, whatever it is, right? And then deal with things as they come. If you're like projecting too much into the future and saying, oh, I want to, write this book, but I'm afraid that I can't write. I'm afraid that I won't get a publisher. I'm afraid of this over here, but I see all the money. It's like you see all the good stuff that could happen. Then you're projecting too much into the future. You just have to get started, plain and simple. With the moon, you have the Ace of Pentacles. Are you kidding me? This is like a big opportunity, whatever your ideas are. Again, especially if you're having a third place solution idea, I'm telling you right now, that is like the way of the future. The people that come up with these third place solutions, doesn't matter how big or small or how personal or how global your solutions are, I would be just put them out there or, kind of using them in your personal life because it will make you successful. Mark my words, I promise. There you go. Next, you have this card that says you are going to make mistakes. There you go. You just have to get started. And it's okay. Sometimes you learn by messing up. Yes, I feel like you have to get started but through mistakes. Again, sometimes I think, always with like relationships, people always say, oh, I got hurt too many times. I'm not going to have another relationship. I'm like, okay, well, you didn't learn from your mistakes. You didn't learn from what you should have avoided in the first place, right? See, I almost just made a mistake by putting my coffee over here with my Italian hands going like this, right? So I moved it over here. I learned from past mistakes. If you could see my floor right here, I've spilt coffee quite a few times. So, you know what I mean? There you go. Point proven. You have this rescue card. Someone in your life may help you get back on track. There you go. Also says, don't be afraid to ask for help. Three of Cups. So with the Five of Pentacles, being left out in the cold, don't be afraid to ask someone for help. You have this card that says celebration. There will be a celebration in relation to your work. I'm not sure which one of these came up first. Because that one that slid off that I took, it might have been the celebration one. But it says, as you see more success, don't use this as an excuse to stop having fun. Yes, definitely keep working, but also balance it out with fun in your life. You have the Ace of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Hangman. Definitely a victory coming in for you. And again, sometimes I think the Ace of Swords represents like knowledge as well, of course. Well, it does. And I do feel for some of you, there could be like a mentor or like a family member or a very close friend who kind of could help get you back on track, just like that card said there. So don't be afraid to, use your resources as in like the people in your life who matter to you. I also feel like you're very good at seeing the truth. So don't ignore it. Don't ignore the truth that you see. You have that Wolf card, which says, beware of who you trust. I don't really feel this is a bad thing. I think this is saying, like, hey, you have learned from past situations, coffee cup, right? So pay attention to the lessons that you have learned. You have the Queen of Pentacles, which is a card of being resourceful. I feel like you can literally have whatever you want, but you have to be resourceful. I've been saying this for like 2 years, and I'm going to say it for if YouTube still exists and I'm still doing this, I will be saying it for the next 20 years. I promise you. So get your ears ready, Scorpio. But what I would say here is that we don't necessarily have to use money to get the things we want. We also shouldn't assume that something isn't going to work out because we don't have the resources. She doesn't care. Queen of Pentacles. She believes that where there's a will, there's a way. She believes that she has hidden talents, gifts, skills, and abilities that she can use to make the money to do something. She might have other skills as well. Maybe she's a really good negotiator. Maybe she's really good at, being a middleman or doing whatever. I don't know. I don't have any good ideas today. But what I would say here is that, your first thought shouldn't be money. Like if you're thinking, oh, I want to start this business, but I don't have the money. No, it doesn't matter. Just get started. Start as small as you possibly can, then build from there. if you're like, oh, I'm in love with this person, but whatever, I don't know, whatever story you're telling yourself, 7 of Cups, I would eliminate that story and just go for it anyway. You have the Hangman. Again, I really do feel this is a person who's like saving you. I don't think this person is saving you. I know people always get super offended when I suggest that. Like, how dare you suggest that someone saves my ass? It's like, yes, how dare I say that someone is coming in to make your life easier? Oh, well, how horrible! Oh my gosh, right? You're not as strong as independent as maybe someone told you, Oprah or something. I don't know. But what I would say here is it doesn't matter. I feel like there's that person who has really good ideas that could really help you out. And it doesn't even have to be in love. This could be in business and work, any area of your life. But I feel like you have to kind of like open up. For the most part, I feel this is like a family member is what's popping into my head, or, it could also be someone you look up to as well, like a mentor. And I would get the help because, again, I feel if like you're trying to start a business, you don't know what to do. Maybe you have a mentor or something who does what you do, and maybe they could help you out, or maybe they have YouTube videos that could help you out. Here I am. I'm getting a little too excited today, right? Throwing cards all over the place. But, maybe they could help you out. Maybe they could offer you really good ideas. With the Ace of Swords, you have the Nine of Swords. Yes, something has to come to an end. The Nine of Swords is a never-ending nightmare. Every single water sign has had like something like this. So what I would say is, I don't know. I feel like us water signs are probably just, letting go of things that we've been holding on to for too long. So if you've been holding on to something, I feel like it's time for the new. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Five of Swords. Could be a breakup or a separation. Funny thing is, I feel like some of you, it's like maybe you're not holding on to the past, but maybe you've just been going through a difficult, like extended breakup, separation type of thing is popping into my head, where it's like maybe you've been broken up, and maybe you're past it, right? But you keep thinking about it. I kind of have that energy here. I would just try to like start, going the other direction, plain and simple. With the Hangman, you have the King of Wands. Yes, I feel like there is a savior coming in for you. It could just be something you hear in the news or on TV. Don't watch the news, but it could be some piece of advice that you get from like a YouTube video or something. So I would follow your desires, and I would listen to, maybe you see a YouTube recommendation for a video, you watch it, maybe it answers, some sort of problem for you is what I'd say here. I also feel like you could be attracting a King of Wands type person. It could be a fire sign, but it could be any sign. I feel like it could just be someone who's very confident, probably someone who does look for third place solutions as well, because that keeps coming up here. Next, you have this Wolf card. It says, beware of who you trust. Yeah, I just wouldn't trust anyone. And again, I would pay attention. I wouldn't even worry about this. I would just listen to yourself. It's like you've already experienced the things that you can't trust before. So what does that look like? It looks exactly the same. So anyone who comes in who's just like throwing a bunch of words at you, but isn't actually taking action, then there you go. There's your answer, right? So trust actions, not words. You have the Five of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles. Now, this could be why it's hard to let go of a person if you have gone through a breakup. It could be because maybe you saw Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is kind of, to me, it's better than the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Pentacles, it's like better than happy home, happy family. It's just more. So it could be like, you're letting go of something where you thought you were going to have marriage or happy home, happy family with a person. But I feel like what you need to see is there's something much, much better that is going to blow this person out of the water. See, I think this is you. I think you are walking away victorious from a situation, even though it was a battle, even though it led to difficulties and challenges. I feel like you're kind of like walking towards something much better, and you're probably walking towards the true Ten of Pentacles. Again, the Ten of Pentacles can represent hidden or secret information. Normally there's an old man on this card, and there's a million ways to read it, but to me, one of the oldest ways to read this card is that he's actually not the patriarch of the family. He represents a beggar. He's coming and he's bringing the family on the card some gifts. So he represents like someone who has nothing to give, giving. And basically what that means for you is that there could be some information in a situation where you don't think there's anything to learn from it, but there actually is. Could be past situations, past lessons you learned. Could also be like, a recommended YouTube video that has nothing to do with anything that you're doing, but maybe you just feel like you should watch it. Watch it. Maybe it's a book that captures your attention. Maybe it's not even about anything you're interested in. But again, there could be hidden or secret information. The reason I preach this so much is because I think there is a crap ton of hidden and secret information for people right now, but we have to find it, right? So there you go. I always say you have to move a lot of dirt to get to the gold, right? I've been saying this for 2 years. And what I would say is, yeah, you have to move a lot. As someone who has done it, literally, and continues to do it, yes, I have to sift through a bunch of crap. But when I find something that works for my business or my personal life or whatever, it works like amazingly well. So I'd be putting in the work. You have the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles about planting seeds, working towards a brighter future, I feel, for you. I also feel like it's better equal give and take. With the Five of Swords, you have the Empress. Yep, this is you. I feel like this is your position. I feel like there's a lot of happiness and abundance coming in for you. I also feel like you're very attractive at this time. So again, don't sell yourself short. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Magician. I do feel like you could be attracting a ton of abundance, a lot of success as well, I see coming in for you here. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the Death card. You showing up in a very strong position, puts you in a position of power and strength. I love this reading for you. I feel like there's a lot of abundance. And again, I would mostly listen to yourself, right? Listen to your inner voice. And I would also pay attention to I would be paying attention to results, which I think is always true. But for you water signs, I mean, it literally comes up for every single water sign and every single reading I do that us water signs really need to trust the evidence. Meaning, like, if someone is giving us advice, do they get results that they actually say they do, or what? So that's what I'd be paying attention to. We're going to pull 5 main themes now. So you have the Enterprise card. Damn, definitely a good time for business. I'm telling you right now, if you're working on, we have Jupiter and Aries right now. So if you are working on a business, now is the time. If you've been thinking about revisiting a business or, kind of breathing new life into what you do already in work, career, or business, now is the time. I don't care if you're retired. You could be working on a side hustle if you're retired. You could be getting a side position or whatever. I think now is the time to make some extra money, worth it. You have this Discovery card. Some of you, I do feel travel here. And it is interesting because I think some of you, I'm getting like a bunch of things here. Number one, I think some of you could be traveling somewhere you never thought you would travel. For others, I feel like you could be leaving a place you never thought you would leave, and you're going somewhere you never thought you would go. It kind of gives me that vibe where it's like you might be traveling for fun or an opportunity presents itself. Maybe you go somewhere you're like, I love it here. And then you move there, wherever it is. But again, it's like a little bit unexpected. I think, and again, I'm not saying unexpected like in a mysterious way. I'm saying unexpected because maybe you just didn't expect to like it, wherever you're going. I have Texas popping into my head for some reason, so, whatever. Take it how it resonates. You have this Charity card. I feel people want to help you in general. I feel like people are going to feel attracted to helping you as well. And I'm not talking about like in a love sense. I'm talking about like I just think people want to kind of see you do well. There just could be like a little bit better of an energy in that direction, and I would take advantage of it. Next, I can't even get a card. Let's see. You have this Seduction card. Definitely love coming in for you if you want it. I feel like you're very attractive at this time, like I said, and someone very seductive could be coming in for you here. You have this Originality card. Are you kidding? We were talking all about third place ideas. I'm telling you right now, the third place ideas are where it's at. The third place ideas, again, I think it's too unpredictable to predict the future right now, is what I would say. I have some ideas, but again, I think the one thing that could save the world, it's not, it's not getting rid of gas. It's not getting rid of electric cars. It's like something else. It's like us learning how to, turn our bodies into UFOs and flying around, right? As crazy as that sounds, right? It's like some sort of crazy idea. Those are the ideas that are going to save the world. So that's what I'd be focusing on if you want to do that, right? If not, then that's fine too. But this looks good. Crazy reading. Thank you for being here. Thank you for putting up with me. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.